Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the Venice Indians football postgame show. I'm Doug Miles along with Rich Spitaleri from Powell Davis Stadium in Venice tonight on the campus of Venice High School. We saw a very dominating performance by the Indians in the district opener tonight as they defeat the Sarasota Sailors 48-12. And Rich, we talked about it in the broadcast tonight. Venice has really owned Sarasota over the last 10 games now, but you kind of expect it to be a little bit closer. It was, in a sense, a playoff game. The winner pretty much assured of at least a second spot in the district, but after an early score by Sarasota, it was all Venice.
Really was, Doug. Really expected a close game. Sarasota played some good competition early. They played the #1 team in 5A, Palmetto, to a 9-point game. They played Southeast to an overtime game, lost both of those, but really played very well in those games, and I just really thought that this game would be a lot closer. They got the early score to make it 6-0. Venice came right down and scored again, and I thought that was huge because it swung the momentum. Venice scored again, and it just seemed like it snowballed from there.
Really was. The Terry Polk and Cale Utzi show tonight. Terry Polk, another great game, really in the first half alone. He had 238 yards rushing, and all four of his touchdowns. Last week he had 208 yards and surpassed that in less than 2 quarters tonight.
Yeah, he was brilliant. The offensive line opened up huge holes. He had it up the middle. He was able to get wide on the defense. He pretty much had his own way. I mean, when you're averaging 15 yards a carry and a half in a high school football game, you're doing okay.
Cale Utzi, the quarterback, a great game for him as well. He had 153 yards rushing tonight on 20 carries and scored 2 touchdowns himself. So a good combination that the Sarasota defense really had no answer for him.
Really, and Sarasota, the thing that disappointed me, at least from looking at the Sailors' point of view, they're incredibly undisciplined tonight. They had 6 or 7 offsides penalties, and some at really critical times. I think the pressure got to them. That's the only other thing I can think of because we had a running clock in the 4th quarter. If somebody would have told me there would have been a running clock in the 4th quarter, I'd have taken that bet all day long.
And me too.
Venice now with a record of 4 up, 1 down, and as we talked about, really could be undefeated. That last second play by Charlotte, Clyde Newton running it in with 10 seconds left was the only loss so far for the Indians. 1-0, more importantly, in the district. Sarasota falls to 2-3, 0-1 in district play, and next week, Rich will be down at the Preserve in Northport against a much improved Northport team.
Bobcats were in a dogfight with Tarpon Springs Eastlake, and they bring a much improved squad, and this is a pretty big rivalry game for them. I mean, there's a lot of bad blood between these two squads over some things that have happened over the last few years, and Venice will definitely be ready to play the game, and they need to be. I know it's one of those donut games. Manatee's the next game on the schedule on the other side, but I know Coach John Peacock will have them ready for the Bobcats.
We invite you to join us for the live broadcast, 7:20 p.m. next Friday night on the Spits on Sports broadcast network for all the Venice Indians action all year long. And the final score once again tonight from Venice High School, the Indians 48, the Sarasota Sailors 12. For Rich Spitaleri, I'm Doug Miles saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next week from the Preserve in Northport.